Okay, it says I'm trying to get it to focus while trying to get my other phone to work. So bear with me just for a second. And then I'll set you guys up. Okay. I am not seeing it. I'm trying to find it. There we go. Okay. So here's a project that I was working on. I want to show you. But I have to redo it because the stickers did not work. So it's a do not disturb sign. For my door. It's made out of wood. But the stickers, when peeled off, didn't quite work, so I'm going to have to fix it. Okay, so now I'm going to put you guys up top because I've got that figured out. So I can't tell if anyone's on right now because I'm buffering. Okay. So let me just move that. Okay. Painter's rag. Okay. So I have a few new toys today that I want to work with and some old. So this is the painting that we scraped at the end of the last live. I know, crazy, I haven't done any painting since the last live. This is the top of a grape container. It has these little holes all on the side. I don't know if you guys can see, so I'm going to try to show it to you. But anyway, it has holes all on the side here, on all four sides. And I thought, what if I sit it down and pour, you know, what kind of shape I would get. So we're going to test that theory in a little bit with a little my Floetrol. So tonight's colors, unless we add anything. Hey, Spicy. Hey, Gloria. Spicy, I am doing semi-better after my blow up today, so I think I'll be okay. So we're going to do all of the primaries plus black, white, and a metallic gunmetal gray. Hey, Catherine. I'm glad you could make this one. Last one was a little interesting. So I ordered these cute little wooden ornaments to make for Christmas. I ordered reindeer, but they sent angels. So eventually we're going to make some angels. I would have preferred to make reindeer. Okay, so we've got this one, and then I've got two. I've got this one that me and Tina both agreed that we just weren't very happy with last time. And then I've got this one that we weren't happy with and we swiped, and then we weren't happy with, and I just didn't like it. So we're going to be pouring over both of those, and then the one that we scraped. So I figured, how fitting would it be to start with the one that we scraped? And I want to test this out, but I'm thinking I maybe should lift it up a little so that it fills this space in. Hey, Joshua. So I think I'm going to put a small cup under this just so that it fills the space in better. And I do happen to have this little bitty red Solo cup. I might need two so it won't tilt. What do you think? Catherine, I made some more jewelry tonight with the skins that you sent me. And there's a piece that I'm probably going to send your way because it just reminded me of you and how awesome you are. So when it cures, I'm going to be sending that piece your way because it just reminds me of you. And you did make the skin, so we're going to put down a little bit of white just to help it flow and get started. And I'm going to put a touch of black. to push the white. Ooh. And we're gonna hope this turns out decent, maybe. Kinda, sorta. So what have you guys been up to? Spicy, what have you been doing? I know you had a rough week last week too. I'm so happy that I can actually conversize with you. I think so. Last live, he was having issues with his ex, right? You guys, I'm gonna make sure it's focused. There. Yeah, I believe he was having issues with his ex last week when we did our live. Okay, is everybody still there? My network just totally disconnected me for a second down here. So hopefully it didn't disconnect the top one. I feel like I have a lot more pain at the back than I do at the front, you guys. Okay, I just didn't know. My phone's being weird with me, so I wasn't sure what was going on. I am running 2 phones at the same time, both on YouTube, so one so I can see the chat and the other one so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, I think this should be about enough paint because I know it's tilting off the back already. Looky here, got a big glob of something. Probably Floetrol. This big white patch over here, probably Floetrol. This big white patch over here was a long string that came out of my Floetrol earlier. I'm gonna kind of tilt just because I know this side needs more paint. It actually looks like a ton of tiny tree rings, you guys. Oh, I'm happy, Gloria. I love teaching. I love helping people learn. I'm nowhere near the best. I'm just a beginner. I will say that the only reason I'm pouring is because of Mixed Media Girl. So you should definitely check her channel out if you're not already a follower, because she's amazing. Not if you're not already a follower, because she's amazing. Like, literally, Marcy is amazing. Okay, so I think I'm kind of liking this. I wish you guys could see the colors as vividly as I can, but I'll of course do a video after with my light. And Catherine, these torches, you can't take it out without using it. So I'm gonna have to either find a torch that doesn't already have liquid in it, or use one of them and then send it to you. And I just feel kind of weird using a torch and then sending it to you, you know? So I'm gonna see if I can find one that doesn't already have it in it. I really don't even want to tilt it more, but there's so much paint on it I have to. Like, I was pretty happy with it, but there was so much paint that I didn't have a choice. Okay. I'm gonna wipe my hands off real quick and get the torch back out. Hopefully you guys aren't lagging like my phone. My phone is literally over here lagging. It's still showing me tilting while I'm washing my hands. Okay, we're gonna torch one more time because I do see some air bubbles. Okay. I'm gonna bring you guys down for a close-up, if you can kind of see it. Hey, Nestor. Catherine will let me know, and because I did promise to send you one, me and you'll get together, message me on Facebook, we'll get together, and I'll work that out for you. I'll help pay for it or whatnot. Okay, you guys, so here's the painting. It's got a lot of things going on with it. But there's some really awesome cells, and it's like a bunch of miniature tree rings all in one. It'll look even better when I do the video afterwards, so stay tuned after the live. Stay near your computers or phones, and I will make sure that immediately after I do a live that I do a video showing these with the light on. Because it does look a lot better in the light, and I hate that I don't have a light yet. Catherine, I try. Okay. Canvas. Nestor, I try to shout out to everybody that is on the chat. I attempt to try to pay enough attention to be able to see everybody. And I noticed that you're new to the chat. I don't believe I've seen you on the chat yet, so this, I believe, is your first chat, so that's nice as well. Thank you for watching. I'm trying something new. I know yins are like, what is she doing? So I want to put black on the edges, and I want to put a different color in the middle, and then I want to do the funnel pour. Not the funnel pour, sorry. The hourglass pour, thanks to Catherine. That was the perfect name for it. It fits it perfectly. Artists helping artists. Because I'm just not big on wasting anything. Okay. I was gonna do white, but I'm thinking I might like go out of the box and like do something weird. No, I probably should do white because it's gonna mostly be covered up anyway. So. I should probably mention that none of these colors have silicone. The only silicone that, well, it's not silicone, but the only thing that really would probably cause anything to make cells is the metallic. The gunmetal gray is a metallic. Oh, thank you, Nestor. You should really check out some of these other channels too. I know that Catherine at One Poor Soul has some really good videos. She's one of my best buddies when it comes to art. Well, when it comes to anything, she's one of my best buddies. Not just art. Okay. So this is the hourglass pour. Hey, Gayla. Okay. I put a little white in before the red so that I could try to create some pink for Catherine and a few others that like pink. A little bit of yellow. And all this is, for those who haven't seen my other live, I took 2 funnels, a big one and a small one. I put the small one into the big one upside down and taped it. And then I just pour the paint and I pull it off, and that's what you get, like this awesome, almost tree ring pour, but without having to stand there and hold it. Yes, I'm trying to make you some pink. I have pinks, but I just didn't mix any up. I thought about it and I was like, I don't think it made any pink. No, I think there's a little pink coming up in here. We might even leave a little bit of black on this one, you guys. We might make it a negative space pour. We might not. There's like 1 or 2 little tiny lines of pink in here, Catherine. It didn't happen quite like I wanted it to. But I think it's still pretty good. Let some of this soak off. Okay. And touch up the edges. I actually have quite a bit on the edges that need done. I'm gonna put my hand in the way for just a minute here. So today was one of those crazy days. It does kind of look like a volcano. I hadn't even noticed that. Awesome call, Catherine. Awesome call. So today was, you know, not the best of days, but I kind of got a lot of stress gone, so you know, we'll see how it goes over the next few days. Okay, I think I got all the edges. I'll let me clean my hands. Somebody said that I was really clean last week, and I'm just curious who that was, because I mean, I'm already got it way up here too, so I feel like I'm pretty dirty when I paint. Okay, so an oozing volcano. I totally do see the volcano now. That's pretty awesome. And it's like spewing red stuff out, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so y'all want to come down and see it, even though it's not going to be the best view? But I will, of course, do close-ups after the live. Whee! So that's really pretty, all of those cells. I was hoping to keep the tree ring alive, but I don't think I had quite enough paint to do it. So that was the goal that didn't work. Okay, putting you back up. You guys just get to travel with me until I get my tripod fixed, because I do travel with the camera quite a bit. Okay. Hi from Texas. That's nice. I actually really liked Texas when I went. I transport dogs, I haven't done it lately, but I have my USDA license. And we went somewhere where we get to try out like over 100 flavors of jerky, and that was awesome. And of course, you guys have In-N-Out burgers, and we don't have those here on the East Coast, so I just feel like you guys get all kinds of specialness. Okay, now I think we're gonna do a swipe, but I think we're gonna do a weird swipe, like maybe a Starburst swipe or something. I haven't done one, but I've seen a few people do it. And I was like, hey, I'd like to do that. That would be kind of fun. So, um, if I have enough paint. That's my thought. I'm looking around. Okay. So, I actually mixed my paints before the live tonight because I didn't want the live to be like 3 hours like the last live and everybody be like, we're sleepy. Be right back. Okay, I'll see you when you come back, girl. So the goal for this month, well, this month coming, I would love to get to 100 subscribers before the end of October. I'd love to do it this month, but I don't know if it's going to happen. I believe I'm at 80 subscribers. So if you guys that are watching have any friends that are into art or that would enjoy the channel, share it with them. Tell them to subscribe. When we hit 100 subscribers, there will be a very nice giveaway, which will include a couple canvases, some jewelry, and an art box. It'll be a DIY art box with everything you need to do pours. I'm trying to get the phone to zoom in and focus. So DIY art box, everything you need to do pours, including some canvases. And then I'll have a couple winners that will get paintings. And a couple people will get jewelry. So we're gonna have about 5 or 6 items to give away. I think you guys will enjoy it. But we need to hit 100 subscribers. So that is the goal if you guys can help me reach it. Jerky and popcorn. Jerky and popcorn. I mean, I think that could be. I guess it would kind of depend on what kind of jerky maybe, because I don't know, like I like almost all jerkies, but I don't like teriyaki. Yeah, I have to really be in a mood if I want teriyaki. Anything. But I tried some alligator jerky and like some I think it was like duck and kangaroo, and we tried some elk when we were in Texas. I am hoping to get some green because I did put the blue right beside the yellow instead of the other way around. I probably should have a little bit more yellow, but I might just throw some black in there. Oh no, I've got this gunmetal stuff. They have some jerky, Catherine, that's like already grinded up in like a little container, kind of like people's that do snuff, but it's jerky and it's awesome. I believe Jack Links makes it. But you would probably enjoy that, and you wouldn't have to really worry about your teeth. So if you guys don't have it where you're at, I'll pick some up and send to you because I think you would really enjoy it. Don't mess with my jerky. Yeah, it's like it's been ground up and it's like not quite a powder, but it's really finely ground. And it's actually really good. A lot of people do it kind of like snuff and put it in their lip, but I just eat it because, you know, I can't sit with food in my mouth long and not eat it. It's actually really good, Catherine, and I think you would enjoy it, especially with your teeth. So when I go back to the store and I pick some up, I will send you some for you to try. I just had my stir stick. There it is. Okay. I couldn't find it. I can't find anything, you guys. Kind of like bacon bits, but smaller. Like when I say ground up, I like really mean like they grind this stuff up. But it was good, so I mean, you know, can't really knock it. We have a lot of weird stuff in the East Coast, just so you guys know. Like, we really do. We have a lot of weird foods. I don't know why. Can't explain it. We have some really weird foods. Okay, the edges don't have to be completely covered because I'm going to be swiping towards the edge. So it won't matter. They will be covered eventually. I didn't know that. That's interesting. I actually have a dog sitting in Pennsylvania right now that I need to get to, and I don't have a way to get to it. So it's just sitting in Pennsylvania. Because of the floods, most of these main roads down here are done. So I'm hoping to get to go. I'm supposed to be going up like to York, Pennsylvania, I think. Somewhere I've never been. Which I've been to all of the continental states except Arkansas and I believe Rhode Island, maybe. I think are the two. Yeah, we might hit the crazy part on the map with the food. Like, I thought other people were crazy, but they eat possum here. Like, who eats possum? And like raccoons. They make a hash out of it. And that was kind of weird to me. Okay, so everything's on here. I put the white in the center to swipe with. Take my handy dandy swiper. And swipe. I want to clean it off between each swipe though because I don't want to drag paint. And swipe. Coming to Iowa. I just might plan a trip up that way. Because honestly, I'd love to meet you in person. I think we would get along great. And I really do need a vacation soon. Like, I haven't had a vacation in the longest. It's been about 6 years since I, like, had a vacation. Spicy, did you leave us? I think Spicy left us, you guys. I think Spicy left us. I just dripped like a whole bunch of paint on my leg. I'm wearing shorts. And I just got like paint everywhere. I like corn. I like a lot of vegetables, though. I'm a vegetable person. I could eat tomatoes like they were apples, like craziness. So this isn't quite as nice as all those people that you see doing these little starburst swipes because my swiper is a little bigger, I think. And because, you know, all of my clothing pretty much has paint at this point. I pretty much just given up trying to keep my clothing clean. Like, I came in here the other night and I was irritated and I was in my nightgown. Yeah, so now my nightgown has paint on it. I'm actually kind of liking this though, even though it's not what I wanted it to be. The cell action is like crazy though. I'm just trying to make sure I got every little section. I want to do something right here. I don't like this stark white line. There. Okay, so let's... I've had some in my hair, not much, because I try to keep my hair as tight as possible. The other night, I had ran out of my towel and I had wiped my hands on the top of my shirt. And you know, I'm a female, I've got some big body up there. I went to change my shirt and realized that it went through my shirt, onto my bra, and onto my skin. And I've washed my bra twice and there's still paint on it. It will not come off. Okay, so I like these colors together. The movement's kind of weird, but I think I may do another one like this afterwards, after this one. But just swipe one way or one direction or something. Because I do, if you guys aren't sleepy, I do have a little bit more time. And I enjoy painting. More than I enjoy most things. Doing something with my hands, some form of art, is necessary for me. I may need to tilt this just a hair, just because I'm worried that there might be too much paint sitting on the top. I don't really want to tilt it. I have not got paint on any of the animals yet, but I also do not allow my animals in my art room or near my art room because, yeah, it's just my animals are crazy at this point. So, yeah, I don't want to tilt, but I have to. Don't you hate it when you have to tilt because there's so much paint, but you really just don't even want to? Like, I feel so bad right now tilting because it was like pretty perfect. And then I had to tilt. I'm trying to see what I can tilt to get some paint off but not ruin the parts that I love. Like, it's so hard, you guys. I love it all. There's so much paint sitting up here. It's driving me crazy. But there's a first time for everything. I don't know that Bill really likes anything that I do to do with painting. But he doesn't have to because it's for me. Oh, it does kind of look like a line. I didn't realize that. I really didn't want to tilt it, you guys. I'm so sorry that I had to tilt it. I hate that. But I'm going to slide it forward just a hair so that it's kind of in the light. And I'll pull you guys down and let you see it. And then, of course, I'll make a video afterwards. I think we're the only 3 on here. But I'm one of the 3 with my other account. Okay. When you do see these in the other video, you will see how awesome the colors are and how awesome that gunmetal is, because that metallic just really lights it up. That's really pretty right there. And there's a lot of colors right here. You just really can't see them. Oh, there we go. Oh goodness, what did I do? I'm sweet. People don't normally think I'm sweet. I don't know. They do, but then I have an attitude at times too. Like I do have an attitude problem. But you know, it's mainly just because I'm been done wrong so many times. Okay, so we did the tray. I think we'll try one more of the doors if I have enough paint here. Let's do an angel, you guys. Let's do an angel. Let's paint just an angel. Oops, just about dropped you guys on paint. Angel. Because I'm interested in how these are going to turn out. Do I even have enough paint? Okay, so I have some blue left. I have some black left. That's about it. So I guess we're getting a blue and a black angel. Maybe a blue angel with a black stripe. And I'm doing it on a canvas so that I can use the canvas. Okay, so we're gonna push the blue around a little. Blue angel. I'll have to mix some more paint up in a minute. Okay, so the angel's blue. I don't really know if swiping an angel with blue and black was like the best plan. Wonder if I could get any white out. I'm gonna have to do a test run at some point, and a challenge, I guess I could say. And it's gonna have to be a challenge to not use any blue in a painting, because I don't think I have anything that does not include blue, because it's my favorite color. Pretty sure all my paintings have blue in them. Hopefully the white helps. That is the goal, is for the white to help. Yes. So I'm hoping that works. We'll mix some more paint and we'll finish this canvas that's on the bottom. I'm gonna have to pry this up.
Is it your dry clean?
No, I'm just now painting all those.
That's angel.
I didn't put anything in the white. I just used the stir stick to put it on. Actually, I think I used the same stir stick that I had used in the metallics. Yeah, I do like a lot. Oh, blues and golds. That sounds fun. I do have a little bit of blue left. Tell you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna mix some red up, but we're gonna use the Liquitex red and see if it's more vibrant than the other one.
Oh, it's pretty.
Because I've been meaning to try this out. You guys watched me open this like, I don't know, maybe a month ago, and I haven't got to try it yet. So that's what we're gonna do. Can't wait until my do not disturb sign is fixed. Because my door was completely shut. Okay, so we're gonna mix this red up. It's a hard body paint, so I don't know if I'm gonna have to put a little extra Floetrol in it or not. Because I think most of mine are soft body, but I'm not 100% sure. Because it just doesn't seem quite as creamy. So yeah, I'm probably gonna put a little extra Floetrol in here. And wait a second, Catherine, why are you sending me a painting? I'm confused. Oh, the painting that you did for me when I was having a bad. Oh, okay, I watched that video. I remember that one. I will in this red to show you when I do for cells. I use the coconut milk hair serum from OGX, but all the pours that I've done so far today, I have not. They have had no silicone. The only thing I've added to any of the paints is Floetrol. I don't add any water. But I think I get the good cells because I always try to use at least one metallic in everything I do. And metallic tends to sell up. Plus I pour the Floetrol in really fast, so it creates bubbles in the cup and it starts creating cells. Here, let me hold it up before I start. So I poured it in really fast and you can see the cells that are already popping up with just the paint and the Floetrol. So what that does is creates more air bubbles in the paint, and then when you go to mix it or pour it on the canvas, then those air bubbles cause the paint to kind of, I guess you could call it, sew up. Okay, so I like the color on this red. I'm finding some clumps in it, which could be the Floetrol. Or it could just be that it's a harder body paint. But I don't want to mix too much up because I think, I won't need as much. I'm just going to cover this canvas. Normally when you swipe, you get cells with the reaction. I'm gonna do this one and I'm not gonna put any white in it so that you can see that you can do it with any color. I am going to add a little bit of yellow. I need to mix up just a touch of yellow. Where is my yellow? Okay, there it is. And there's a little bit of red paint in my yellow paint cup because I use the stir stick. But it'll probably just make my yellow look more like a lighter orange. I think a lot of it is just getting everything consistent. Like when I first started, I would use recipes online that people gave me. And they would say 1 part paint, 2 parts Floetrol, all of this water. And I kept getting cracks and I didn't like the outcome and I just wasn't happy with it. So I sat down and just started, kind of testing it out on my own. And I realized that if I didn't use the water, I liked the results better. So instead of using water, if my paint's a little thick and I need something else in it, I add a little bit more Floetrol instead of water. Instead of the gray, let's do something funky. Let's throw a copper. No, I need some. We're going to throw the ice blue metallic. mainly because I need something light to go with these since I'm not using white. And because blue's my favorite color, so we're just always throwing blues in. And I did use the same cup that I had the other metallic in. It won't mess the paint up too much because they're both lighter metallic colors. And I'm just really big on recycling. So I've actually used this whole stir stick here for the last 2 lives and just continuously wipe it off. Okay, so no silicone in anything. And we're gonna do a swipe. So I think I'll swipe with red this time. I don't know, I've got plenty of black, so I don't know. Okay, since I've got a lot of black, I'm just going to kind of put it down, and then I'll put the other colors around it, and then we'll swipe with the red. If that's what I'm thinking that I'll swipe with. Something else too, the white and the black were pre-mixed during my last live, and they sit here covered up in these cups. So they had more time to just kind of sit, and then they got stirred up really good. So the Floetrol got moved a lot more, and that could cause more cells. Okay. Blue. I can't wait till I go to the store and get some tiny cups. But most of our stores are closed due to the flooding. And the ones that are open are only like stocking like major necessity stuff. You've never done a swipe? Gosh, swipes are awesome. Honestly, I love swipes over most of the other ones just because you always get sales with swipes. I've never done a swipe and not got sales. Like, you always get sales with a swipe. And I should get plenty of like greens because I've got this yellow on top of this blue. Yeah, some of my favorite paintings have been swipes. I'm actually surprised that a lot more people don't do swipes. My trash bag in here is almost full, you guys. Now we're adding the metallic, which is the cause of a lot of the cell action that we get. But even without the metallic, doing a swipe, you will get cells. I've never seen anybody do a swipe and not get cells. Ever. Well, hello, random cactus. It is very nice to see you tonight. I was trying to get on sooner, but I had a lot going on tonight, so. A swipe is where you can do a flip cup and put the paint on, or you can do it like this, or you can put stripes. And then you take either a tool with a flat edge, you can take a piece of paper, you can take a damp paper towel, and you pick a color to put on one side, and you pull that color across all of the other colors. And when you do, it causes all of the colors underneath to react and bubble up through the top color, which causes cells without any silicone or any additives. And I'm swiping with red. And this is a paint I've never used before because this is the Liquitex that we're testing that they sent me the samples of. Okay, so you're gonna grab some, but you don't push all the way down, and you're just gonna swipe it over. I'm going to fill in this edge here. And then you clean your swiping tool. And you grab it again. And you just swipe it over. It's important to clean your tool off each time though, so you don't carry paints over. And you can swipe and re-swipe and swipe and re-swipe. Like this red down here that's just plain red, I'll tilt, and if there's no extra paint left, I'll swipe again. Like if there's no cells in a certain area, I'll swipe it again. Like for instance, see how there's no cells down here? I'm just going to pull it and swipe. And I'm putting some of the paint on the edge. Trying to cover the edge. Luna, sit down! Sorry guys, I had to holler at the dog. She's trying to get out of her whelping room and she has to stay in there. Her pups are getting teeth and she doesn't want to be with them, but she knows she has to. I have not used a damp paper towel yet. I want to, I plan to. It's not hard to use. The thing is, I've got like gallon jugs of paint sitting like all around me, so my arm space is very small because I am in a closet. So when I move to a bigger space and I have everything out of the way, I can pull. But see right here, I can't even pull this corner straight because of that. So I'm going to try to slide some stuff over. I'm actually going to move my paint out of the way so I can get my arm over there. Okay. I'm going to have to leave you guys for 1 second because Linda's trying to get out of the room. I'll be back. What is your problem? Go sit down. It's almost like having a child. Why am I in a closet? I don't have anywhere in the house to do my art away from the dogs and when I babysit the grandkids and stuff. So I need a place, and my place happens to be a closet. So I'm gonna torch just to get the air bubbles out. And then because there is quite a bit of paint, I'm going to tilt, but I'm going to tilt this way because there's still some red here that's not covered. And tilting it after you've torched and made the cells will stretch the cells a little bit. As long as you don't stretch them too much, they'll just make bigger cells and they won't mess up. Now if you stretch the cells too much, it kind of pulls them apart. We don't really want that, but I mean, I've seen some people make some really pretty art with broken cells. But that's no silicone, no additives, and amazing cells. Yes, an air bubble is a bubble with air. So because I poured the paint, I mixed the Floetrol in and poured it so fast, it creates air pockets. And I'm actually not 100% happy with this, so I'm going to swipe it again. And that's the thing about this fluid art. If you don't like it, redo it. This one got darker because I pulled some of the black that was on the bottom, I guess. So I'm going to pull it back this way so it's not quite as dark. And you don't even have to swipe straight. You can do patterns. You can do a big heart. I know you guys can't see it and it kind of looks muddy and black right now, but there's so much awesome metallics right here that you'll see from the video I do after. After the live ends, I'll do a close-up of all these paintings and you'll be able to actually see like the colors. A gala, I had to. My clothes are sitting in toters instead of hanging in a closet because I wanted a paint space. Because I do whelp litters for breeders of show dogs. So even though I don't personally have any dogs here anymore since Caroline passed, I always have dogs here. Like currently, there's 11 dogs here. There's 8 puppies and 3 adults, and not a single one of them are mine. So I always have dogs, and that just messes paintings up. Random cactus. For a starter, a flip cup is pretty easy. You just mix your paint, then pour the colors in a cup and flip it. But I mean, if you want to get cells, the swipe is the best method to get cells. And even if I wasn't happy with it now, I could swipe it again. Or if you're not happy with it and you don't want to do a swipe while it's still wet, mix your paint up, do a different pour. And honestly, I find weird stuff. Like I went to the dollar store and I got a lemon squeeze because it has this funny like pattern on the bottom. It's almost like a flower, but not. And I've used it to drag paint around and it made some beautiful paintings. I also went to the Dollar Tree and found some kind of kid's toy. I think you pour sand or water through it and this spins. And we made some really pretty art out of this. Lemons are yummy. I really love lemons. I actually can just sit and eat lemons. And then of course I did the funnels. So I took 2 funnels and taped them together. And that worked. I even tried that grape container lid today. And I mean, you can use anything like a straw. You can use a straw to blow paint around and create stuff. And when you do the straw and you blow the paint, you normally get cells as well because it moves the paint in a way that causes them to react. I'm trying to think, but I just experiment. I do all kinds of crazy stuff. If I can find somewhere to put this one, I might do one more if you guys aren't completely exhausted. And we might do like the lemon squeeze or something. Okay, well, do you want to do a dirty flip cup? That's what we'll do. So I can just show. So let me find a place to put this because my little drying racks are kind of full at the moment. A dirty flip cup. So, canvas. And if you're just starting out and you want to be able to do a lot of these, Michaels has the 40 count of these 8x10 canvases. They're stapled, they're not gallery wrapped, but you can get a 40 count pack for $45. And then what I did is I found a sale online where the bulk buy items were 20% off. And then I had a coupon that was 20% off all items, including sale items. So I got a 40 count pack. I think it was $32 after shipping. So that's what I use for my little tests and different stuff and the cheaper paintings. Now, if I'm going to get a piece that I'm getting paid to do, it's a special request or something, then I'll get gallery wrapped if they prefer that be done. But most of my clients don't care. Okay, so if we're gonna do a dirty flip cup, I'm going to need to make some paint, you guys. So, are there any, hey, Spicy. Oh, you're fine, Spicy. Are there any colors that you guys would like to see since I'm going to be mixing paint? Now's the time to speak it. This is going to be a dirty flip cup. It's going to be the final pour of the night. Purple and orange. I do have like 1 or 2 oranges. Okay, so I have a pure orange, a jack-o'-lantern. Those are the only 2 oranges I have. Purple, orange, pink, and yellow. So we're going to do purple, orange, pink, and yellow. So let's see. And I'll do a little bit of black since I've already poured it. Okay. So we got a real yellow. What is it, baby? What is it? I don't know. And jack-o'-lantern orange. I asked that the other day. A lavender sachet purple. And, or is that too light of a purple? And then you want a pink. I have a candy pink. Well, I have several pinks, but most of them are empty. Yes, no blue in this one. So, is the lavender too light, or should I use a dark purple? Let's see what I have over here. I have a Velvet Crush. So, lavender sachet or Velvet Crush. Might not do anything with the other colors. Okay, so we're going to do the Velvet Crush. Okay, so that's what we're going to use. I'm going to mix them fast. Orange. Yep, we got orange, pink. I just won't layer those 2 right on top of each other. Purple and yellow. This is definitely a pour that I normally would not do. Maybe it turns out. We did this last time. I think Tina was on and she chose some colors. And we did a pour, and it turned out to be one of my favorite of the night. I think I did 5 that night. And it was colors that I never would have done together. Most of these colors are almost full because I just don't use them. They're just not colors that I use. I have a little bit of red left, so we may use the last of that. If not, I'll just cover it up. Okay, what do I need? Can't wait to get my small cups back. Okay, lavender sachet. And for those that want to know, so I do, my recipe is 1 part paint, 1 part Floetrol. Cactus, I used to post daily. I am not to where I can right now. I have company staying in the house. So I post maybe twice a week. I'm going to try to find a certain night to do a live. I'm trying to see what everybody is good with, what works with everybody. So give me ideals. I can't do Monday nights or Friday nights because Mixed Media Girl is Monday night and Friday night. And I don't want to compete with one of my buddies. Catherine, do you have a certain night that you do pours? Thursday? So I don't want to compete with any of the rest of you guys. And then it needs a little bit more. So instead of using water, I just add a touch of Floetrol. And that's my recipe. It's that simple. Okay, so how is Thursday nights for everybody? Is Thursday night a good night for everybody to do? I'm on the East Coast, so I don't know about everybody's time frames, time zones, whatnot. But I'm trying to make it to where people that really do want to watch are able to watch. Thursday's good. It's 11 where you're, it's 11 here as well. It's 11:09 here. So you're on the same as me. I know when Marcy goes live, I think it's like 8 o'clock there, and it's ended up being like almost midnight here, which is why I wanted to ask everybody. So if everybody's good, I think I might start trying to do my lives on Thursday nights. Probably around 7 to 8-ish, if that works for people. The Thursday night sounds awesome. Okay. I actually kind of like this jack-o'-lantern color. I'm actually liking these colors. I think I've only used it once. Hello, Angela's Art Studio. How are you doing tonight? We're mixing some custom colors that our viewers wanted to see. And we're going to throw them together in a dirty flip cup. So I'm just mixing up the last few colors real quick on the last one. Is it Angela or Angelina? I may have said your name wrong. I'm watching the chat on one of my old phones, so the screen is really tiny and the writing is kind of tiny. Okay, you guys, so we now have our yellow, pink, purple, and orange. We have black, and we have the little bit of red that we had left over from the last one. And since we're going to do a dirty flip cup, I am going to pick up. I normally put white in the bottom because it's the densest, so it'll push up. Since I'm not using white, I'm trying to see which. I think we're just going to put some black in the bottom. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to put the yellow on top of the black because it tends to react better. And we should have enough paint to do. Then I'm going to add a little bit more black because I don't need to put the, I'm just going to do enough to cover the yellow up. Because I want to add the red, but I don't want to make more orange than what we need because we already have orange. Okay. Then we're going to add purple. Again, no silicone in any of these paints. You guys watch me mix them, no silicone. And I'll wipe the cups out in a minute. Actually, I'm just going to sit this. Nope. Here we go. I'll wipe the cups out in a minute. Orange. And pink. Am I still live, you guys? I can't see any chat movement, and I just want to make sure everything's working. Give it a thumbs up, and remember to, when you go off the chat, to give this video a thumbs up for me, please. If you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe. 100 subscribers will be a giveaway, which will include art, jewelry, and an art box. Thank you, Gayla, for letting that we're here. Okay, now I'm just wiping all these out to make sure we have enough paint. Alright, so there's over here because I'm gonna have to go. Okay. And if you want to be more environmentally cautious and don't want to throw away your cups, you can soak them in a 5-gallon bucket of water while the paint's wet. And then after you do that and you wash them out, you pour the water out of the 5-gallon bucket, but you use coffee grinds as a strainer, and that will catch all of the paint particles and stuff, so that you're not pouring paint into, you know, the environment, into your water supply or whatnot. So if you are environmentally cautious, that is what you can do, and reuse them because they are reusable for this anyway. Touch of black. There's not much left, just a bit. And there we go. That should be enough to cover this canvas. So, random cactus. To do a flip cup after you pour your paint in the cup, take your canvas and set it on top of the cup. Make sure that it's tight with your hand. Dump it over. Set it down. Let it go. And while that's doing, I don't think there's quite enough paint in that cup, so I'm going to just mix up some black to put around the edges just to help the paint flow, because I do not think there's quite enough paint in there. My black paint just made a really weird noise, you guys. It was crazy. And I know y'all can hear my kitty cats and then the dog with her puppies, but the 2 kitty cats are mine. They're in the hallway in their little XXL crate for the night because Bill's scared of cats. And he's scared that they're going to jump on him in the middle of the night. So they have to go up with the night. Needs a little bit more Floetrol. And my Floetrol just made a weird noise. So everything's just making weird noises for this last one. And put everything in it. I try to reuse everything as possible. And I'm actually considering switching from these wooden sticks to like either a metal knitting needle. Okay, Cactus, if you need to go, then just try to watch this one afterwards because I was mainly doing this one to show you how to do it. But feel free to, you know, watch anytime. You can watch the lives back after the lives are over. I hope to see you on another live as well. And let me know when you do your first pour. I'd love to see it. Okay, guys, so here we go. Foot cup. And there we go. I'm going to try to tilt it this way so it doesn't go off. All the paint to finish coming out of the cup. These colors are actually looking really good together, you guys. I think that was a good call on everybody's part on the colors. Colors actually seem pretty whimsical. Okay, so. And again, you guys, no silicone. Everybody watched me mix this paint. So if somebody tells you you can't get cells without silicone, tell them they are dead wrong. Because it is very possible. Because we just did it. I need to pull this one over, so hopefully there's a little bit more paint in here that I can just pull to the edges. Okay. So let me get a cloth, because mine's covered in paint. Okay. Painter's cloth. And I get a 5-pound bag of these painter cloths at Lowe's for like $7, $8. Okay. So this one looks awesome. There's some really awesome pink cells that are encased in yellow and purple coming up. Like there's a lot of cells coming up that weren't there a minute ago. I'm still seeing some air bubbles, you guys. I know I normally don't torch this long, but I'm trying to get the air bubbles out. Okay, so most of the red got lost, but there is like a little bit here and a few there. Raspberries and dreamsicles. That kind of is what the colors are doing. My hands are a mess. Okay, so what I'm going to do is give you guys a close-up of this one. And then we're going to end the live. And then I'm going to immediately go and do a really fast little video to show you these in full color, because this doesn't work right. Look at all of those cells right there. I can't wait for you to see it like in color. Yes, I love this corner right here a lot. I think if I would have had more red, it would have done more of that. Okay, so I'm going to end the live. And then I'm going to do a real quick video for everybody to see the actual colors with the light. So thank you guys for tuning in. I enjoyed it. Stay around for just a little bit longer on your TVs if you have time. I'm about to post a video to let you see what it looks like. Bye, Gayla. Bye, Catherine. Night, everybody.